Welcome to the speech competition of Hospitour 2020 Earth, environment-friendly and responsible tourism through hospitality. My name is Jessica, and this annual event is greatly managed by all students of Pelita Harapan University Faculty of Tourism. First of all, I would like to welcome all of the judges, participants, lecturers, and all committee members to the competition. As part of Hospitour 2020, this event is sponsored by The Peak, Monang, Kokita, Bogasari, PT Kurnia Mitra Duta Sentosa, Raptor, and Santino. Before we start the competition, let us unite in prayer. I will lead the prayer in Christian, and the rest may follow. Dear Lord, thank you for giving us the opportunity to gather for our annual speech competition. May we bring the best of our abilities and show kindness to each other. In all that we do, may we always give you the glory. In the name of the Lord Jesus, Amen. And now I would like to invite Raymond as the coordinator of the speech competition to give us a few words.
Good afternoon, respected judges, honorable lecturers, and participants. I would like to welcome you all to Hospitour's annual speech competition brought to you by Universitas Pelita Harapan, Faculty of Tourism. I would like to start with a quote by the 35th President of the United States, which is John F. Kennedy, or also known as JFK. Public speaking is the art of diluting a 2-minute idea with a 2-hour vocabulary. The goal as a speaker is to make listening as easy as possible for the people who are hearing it by giving them straight, simple, and concise. I'm sure this is what we are going to get by hearing from our dear participants today. We hope that you enjoy this competition and good luck for all participants. Thank you.
Thank you, Raymond, for the welcoming speech. Before we start the competition, allow me to introduce the judges for today. There will be 3 judges. First is Mr. Zilal Erfukan, MPD MPSI. He is currently a lecturer of English for Special Purpose at Universitas Indonesia. He is also an Assistant Director, Program Quality for Division B of Toastmaster International, and public speaker and coach on leadership, communication, and soft skills. Second is Ms. Ristiana Manao. She is currently a Cluster Director of Human Resource at the Ritz-Carlton Jakarta Mega Kuningan and JW Marriott Hotel Jakarta. Ms. Ristiana has more than 10 years experience working in Human Resource Department in well-known 5-star hotels, such as the Westin, Kraton at the Plaza, and Le Méridien. Third is Ms. Valerina Daniel, Assos MComs. She is currently a talk show host at Berita Satu News Channel. Previously, Ms. Valerina was an advisor to the Minister on Sustainable Tourism Development and also an ambassador for the Ministry of Environment and Forestry of Indonesia. Also, allow me to remind all of you the rules and regulations of the speech competition. First, the participants are required to stand by on Zoom 15 minutes before the competition. Please ensure that you are equipped with a reliable internet connection. Second, the participants are compulsory to present while standing and showing half a body during the presentation and pre-recorded video. Third, the participants have to wear the uniform of their respective university. Fourth, the participants are allowed to bring a 6-size cue card during the speech. Fifth, the speech duration is a maximum of 4 minutes. The speech will be stopped if the time limit is over. Sixth, the scoring system is using points. 7, disqualification or point deduction can happen if participant is late to come online, participant cheats during the competition, or and participant disobey the specified rules and regulations. 8, the judge's decision which have been issued are inviolable. 9, the participants are required to obey all rules and regulations. 10, the committee has the right to change, remove the listed rules and regulations. Lastly, regarding the judging criteria, Allow me to remind you that the speech performance will be evaluated based on three criteria. First is content. It takes 50 points from the overall score. It includes speech fluency, introduction, body conclusion, speech value, and valid data and graphics. Second is delivery. It takes 30 points from the overall score, and it includes appearance, voice, and manner. Third is language. It takes 20 points from the overall score. It includes appropriateness of the speech and correctness of the grammar. Now, without further ado, let's start the speech competition. For the judges and audience, you may pin or enlarge the participant's screen to have a better view of their performance. And for the participants, we would like you to mute and turn off your camera unless it is your turn. Our first participant is supposed to be Lara Tri Izra from Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia. However, she is unable to join the speech competition today. Therefore, we will move on the second participant, Muhammad Rizky Fadila from Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia. Are you ready, Agus? Pardon
Yes, I
me,
am.
Rizky. Are you ready, Rizky?
Yes, I am.
Great. So Rizky will deliver his speech about minimizing environmental damage in the hotel activities by promoting green lifestyle practice in Indonesia. Are you all set?
Pardon me?
Are you all set? Are you ready?
I'm sad.
Great. Your time starts now.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. With all the respect, pleasure for me to stand here to deliver my speech about minimizing environmental damage in hotel activities by providing green lifestyle practice in Indonesia. Okay, let's start about why green lifestyle. Like every day in our life, we have seen people, activists, government discuss about green lifestyle 24/7. We all know that there is a problem with our earth, and that is the fact we can deny. It is important for us as a human to save the world because we live here. We need to encourage ourselves little by little, slowly but surely, change into green lifestyle. We need to change into green lifestyle before we reach at the moment when there is no point of return. And when we reach that moment, it is just too late to come back as a human. What is green lifestyle actually? Green lifestyle is the things we do, activities we do, and the environment we use needs to be environmentally friendly. And why is it important? I'm going to tell everyone's here why is it important. First, one of the biggest reasons to go green is that the earth contains a fixed amount of resources. The choices people make have an impact on the entire planet. Like polluted air and water affects every other living thing. For example, carbon emission in one part of the world can lead into the global warming in every part of the world. Like many important resources are not renewable, which means that they can run out if they are overused. Second, on a business level, such as hotel, going green can help improve an organization's reputation. Green business practices also reduce the risk of running into regulatory problems that may arise as governments adapt to environmental challenges. Okay, I'm here to share my thoughts on how to minimize, and my I will give you my method later. All right, according to Zero Waste Alliance, the term green hotels describe hotels that strive to be more environmentally friendly through the efficient use of energy, water, and materials while providing quality services. And I consider this is a solid definition for green hotels, but many unscrupulous hoteliers are claiming that they are green by simply just hanging a sign and declaring themselves to be green. Other hotels are claiming to be green also by practices like changing the linens less frequently and other small measures. Okay, here is my method. The first hotel needs to do is paperless The documents need to be paperless, no smoking, no plastic, and also we need to educate staff and customers too. Turn off light and turn down heating air conditioning in occupied rooms or employee-only areas. Continually check for and respond to leaking faucets in toilets. And we need to make sure all rooms have linen for both towels and sheets. These programs will actually happen if it has support, especially from stakeholders and government. And my conclusion is, as a term students, we need to change as an agent of change. We need to be the first one who made the change. And Jennifer Nini once said, being green is more than just buying eco. It is an unshakable commitment to a sustainable lifestyle. Maybe that's all from me. Thank you. Have a great day. Good afternoon, everyone.
Thank you, Rizky, for the speech. And now we will allow the judges to make the final evaluation for Rizky for a minute. And in the meantime, the next participant, Iputu Agus Wirasaputra from Institute Pariwisata dan Bisnis Internasional Bali, you may prepare yourself. Our next participant is Iputu Agus Wirasaputra from Institute Pariwisata dan Bisnis Internasional Bali. He will deliver his speech about raising awareness of environmental damage caused by tourism activities in Indonesia. Are you ready, Agus?
Yes, hold on for a second. Is my sound hearable?
Yes. How about the judges? Could you hear Agus' voice?
Clear.
Very good.
Great. Your time starts now.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and the honorable judges. My name is Iputu Agus Wirasaputra from IPPI Bali. First of all, I would like to thank you to the organizing committee for having me to deliver a speech about raising awareness of environmental damage caused by tourism activities in Indonesia. But before I go to the topic, let me tell you a little bit about Indonesia. Indonesia is famous for its natural beauty, whether it's the green view of the mountain or the fresh water of the beach. It has attracts a lot of people around the world. Promisingly, these tourism activities on this destination brings a lot of positive impact for the people around them, such as increasing their family economy, increasing job opportunities, and so on. However, not many people realize the negative impact of tourism activities, especially for our environment. Ladies and gentlemen, every year, tourists come to the beach to see the sunset, to swim on the water, or just to freshen up their mind. They bring their own food, which is in plastic, and when they're done, they leave the plastic behind on the sand. What's next? The plastic is carried away by the waves into the ocean, and it harms the wildlife creature there. This problem also occurs on the mountain, as campers often forgot to clean the environment after they finish camping. In fact, the trashes on the mountain is swept away by the rain and piled up on the river, resulting in flood and endangers the wildlife on the mountain. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot deny the fact that many people are unaware that one piece of plastic can harm both the environment and the ecosystem. Unlike organic waste, plastic takes hundreds of years until it decomposes completely. If we decide to burn it, it will cause air pollution and harms our health and the environment. If we decide to bury it, it will reduce the land's fertility as plastic can kill worms that live underground. The government have taken many action regarding this problem. However, it will be a waste if we, the society, have no awareness at all. The most important part is our contribution. And it doesn't have to be something big. We can help save the environment by reducing the usage of plastic on our daily lives, such as using our own reusable bags whenever we go shopping. Do not litter, or at least keep your trash on your pocket until you see a trash can. And then, clean the environment around you after you finish camping or spending your time on the beach with your friends. Ladies and gentlemen, let us save our environment from destruction and make a better place for us, our family, friends, and even our children in the future. With your action, we can be the true, wonderful Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all my speech is about. I hope the message of this speech have reached your mind, and thank you so much for your attention. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Agus, for the speech. And now we will allow the judges to make the final evaluation for Agus for a minute. Our next participant is supposed to be Rizky Ayudi Tita.
Yes, I'm ready.
Great. You may start now.
The Honorable, all of the judges, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. First of all, I would like to thank to God. Because of His mercies and blessings, we can gather here in the good condition and good situation. Today, I would like to deliver the speech about the impact of the pandemic COVID-19 to the hospitality and tourism sector in Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know Indonesia tourism potential is huge? Why? Indonesia is one of the countries with a variety of diversity in ethnics, cultural, custom, languages, which started from Sabang to Merauke, with a variety of tourism destinations such as natural tourism, historical, religion, and also not forget shopping and culinary tourism. These various tourism made Indonesia known as one of the most popular destinations in the world. We can find so many destinations, but also in the birds such as Bali with beautiful beach, Raja Ampat in Papua with amazing sea. We have Borobudur Temple in Yogyakarta with its uniqueness, and also we have Kaputi in West Java with good sceneries and many more. So, who doesn't know about this famous destination? Ladies and gentlemen, Indonesia tourism has become the second largest sector in Indonesia economic development. Therefore, we must explore more the other tourism potential in Indonesia. But after the pandemic COVID-19 attacked all over the world, including Indonesia, which is restrict our activity to go to outside, what happened to the hospitality and tourism sector in Indonesia? Based on the article that I have read on the internet, this pandemic COVID-19 made the situation of the hotel industry down, and a lot of hotels must select other employees to saving costs. And in the one of the most popular destination in Indonesia, Bali. Bali has a big impact because of this pandemic COVID-19. Moreover, a lot of tourists who visit in Bali are from China. The situation make the tourism activity in Bali are down and negative. But in another side, we can find the positive impact of this pandemic COVID-19 to the sustainability of natural tourism in Indonesia. For the instance, we can feel the pollution are reduced, the biodiversity are increased, and also the ozone layer are thickness, which is it can maintain and preserve the natural tourism in Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, as the local citizen, we have to be grateful and making this situation as to listen to the future, to be more proud and loyal having another beautiful destination in Indonesia. This is our duty. This is our effort to keep promote the other tourism potential in Indonesia. And also, I hope, and we all hope, for the pandemic COVID-19, it will be end as soon as possible to make the tourism sector in Indonesia will be back to how it was. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that's all about my speech. Thank you for your great attention. My name is Tita Kurnia from Palembang Polytechnic of Tourism. See you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Tita, for the speech. And now we will allow the judges to make the final evaluation. The next participant is Aina Tasya from STP National Hotel Institute Bandung. She will deliver her speech about minimizing environmental damage in the hotel activities by promoting green lifestyle practice in Indonesia. Are you ready, Natasha?
Yes, I am. Can you hear
Great.
my voice?
Yes, I can hear.
And clear.
Great. You may start now.
On position, action. Hello everyone, welcome back with me. I'm Aina Tasha, and today I'm going to be reporting about the hot summer seasons that we are now in. Many of the people are going to turn on their air conditioner more often in these hot weathers, right? But many of the people will also not to choose to overlook about the environmental damage air conditioning has brought with it. According to The Guardian, that it is possible our world consumption of energy for cooling could explode tenfold by 2050, inviting a climate change and unwelcome dose of extra momentum. And surprisingly, the hotel industry has a larger impact on it. Salutation and a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, honorable all judges, respected guests and committee. Today, I'm going to share my speech about sustainable is about us, with the topic minimizing environmental damage in the hotel activities by promoting green lifestyle practice in Indonesia. Let us sit back and please lend me your ear because I'm going to share about the three key partners in these cases: community, guests, and staff. Firstly, supporting local sustainable business. A hotel industry has the right or the former key to reduce the impact of the environment by making a smart purchasing choices. Hotel industry will help to reduce the waste generations by making an effort to only purchase local environmentally products and benefits the community, which will promote the sustainable business such as local farm to a table restaurant. Many people might say, so what if I'm going to spend my money for the textile that I wanted to? So what if the business is not sustainable, and so on? Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Secondly, is about communicating sustainability to guests. Many of the sustainability messages fail because it has to put just as a list of facts without the thought on how they are going to be received. You don't need to have a hotel in a rainforest just to have a story to tell, because everyone is a story. The question is to ask whether the operating area that you are in has an interesting background. What about the food sourcing? Your stuff? Make that link to the world around you, and you can create the sense of pride and belonging for the guests and staff. And they will be the answer for this. Remember, we are not saving the earth, the Mother Earth, the environment, or whatsoever. This might sound emotive and unrealistic, but communicating sustainability is about communicating on how you enhance people, the planet, and the guest experience. And lastly, echoing green stuff. The biggest challenge in business will be the hotel and the team will experience. Creating a green stuff is establishing an environmental healthy business practice. It means the hotel staff must really understand about sustainability to create a sustainable service. In conclusion, the argument of whether going green should be a priority for the industry is over, because it has to be a priority for a number of reasons. Making a better place for you and for me. No more what is sustainable, because sustainable is about us. Thank you.
Thank you, Natasha, for the speech. And now we will allow the judges to make the final evaluation for Natasha for a minute. Our next participant is Priscilia Kisin Hasanan from Universitas Pelita Harapan, Karawaci. She will deliver her speech about the effect of pandemic to the hospitality and tourism industry in Indonesia. Are you ready, Priscilla?
Yes, I am.
Great. Your time starts now.
Good afternoon, respected judges, lecturers, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Priscilla Kishin Hasanan from the Faculty of Tourism, representing Pelita Harapan University for this year's Hospitour speech competition. Today, I would like to speak about the effect of pandemic disease towards hospitality and tourism industry in Indonesia. It has been 6 months into 2020 and 3 months into self-quarantine, social and physical distancing, and lockdowns, all of this due to the pandemic disease known as COVID-19. Businesses across different sectors in the country has been hit hard as this COVID-19 pandemic wreaks a havoc in the economic activities in the nation. This highly infectious pneumonia-like disease have spared only a few businesses, mostly offering healthcare products and services, while many others from airlines, hotels to retail and food and beverage industry has taken a hard hit. COVID-19 now globally carrying the status of a pandemic has led to a nationwide crisis in Indonesia, with its effect in the hospitality and tourism industry heavier than those of SARS, Bali bombing, and the financial crisis in 1998 based on an article from the Jakarta Post. This time, however, the hospitality industry have never ever experienced a sudden downturn, putting humans in the center of the situation. This virus have generated deep fear, confusion, and impact us in a deeply emotional way that this generation have never felt before. Of course, on top of this, physical confinement is aggravating the situation. On a business level, the impacts of the crisis have reached every industry in the world, with the travel and tourism industry taking a massive hit. Many hotels find themselves empty and looking to fill once they're full and crowded lobbies. So just how big of an impact like a COVID can affect the hospitality and tourism industry in Indonesia? You'll be surprised. COVID-19 has hit and left tourism in Indonesia almost empty of visitors. As we know, some popular sites are temporarily closed, for example, the Candi Borobudur Temple in Central Java and Komodo National Park in East Nusa Tenggara. Other popular holiday destinations in Indonesia have grappled with cancellations from hundreds of thousands of tourists, incurring losses worth trillions of rupiah. As stated by the Indonesian Tour Guide Association regional head of East Nusa Tenggara, Bapak Agustinus Batorana, around 45,000 has canceled their plans to visit major destinations in the region from January to May. The Indonesian Travel Agent Association, meanwhile, recorded an almost 90% drop in sales due to the cancellation as of March 12. This cancellation have directly affected the livelihood of hospitality and tourism industry workers in Indonesia. It causes stress as people have lost their main source of income due to this recent turns of event. Entities such as bed and breakfast, hotels, pubs, clubs, restaurants, and bistros, naming a few small businesses, are very likely to suffer this crisis much worse than others in the private sector. Some of them might even partially or even fully shut down until the recovery time. Due to the heavy impact of COVID-19, humanity shall walk into a new era of post-crisis world, which will require the players of the industry to adapt their new approach towards the new traveler. The hospitality industry will have to learn to operate and function in a way they have not seen before. Strict sanitary and hygiene measures should be applied. But nevertheless, this situation has given us peace from worldwide mobility, with many hotels around the world providing and lending their premises to houses medical staff, first responders, or hospital patients not suffering from COVID. It makes me proud as a hotelier that even in this tough situation, we can be helpful to the needed. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the first lines workers, the doctors, nurses, teachers, lecturers, police officer, firefighters.
I'm sorry, Priscilla, your time is up. Thank you.
Thank you for your kind attention. Stay safe and stay healthy.
Thank you for the speech. And now we will allow the judges to make the final evaluation for Priscilla for a minute. Our next participant is Evelyn Jovinka from Universitas Pelita Harapan, Medan. She will deliver her speech about the effect of pandemic to the hospitality and tourism industry in Indonesia. Are you ready, Evelyn?
Yes, I am ready.
Great. Your time starts now.
The Health Ministry just announced another 1,000 new confirmed cases of COVID-19, resulting in a total number of almost 35,000 people infected nationwide. How do you feel when you first heard or watched that news? You feel devastated? You feel frustrated? You feel anxious? Or you given up because of this pandemic? Indeed, this pandemic is getting worse and worse in Indonesia and other countries as well. A lot of people are still wondering, is this pandemic that bad? Sadly, yes, it is. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Evelyn Jovinka from Pelita Harapan University Medan campus, and today I would like to talk about how COVID-19 affected hospitality and tourism industry in Indonesia. First of all, what is COVID-19? COVID-19 stands for Coronavirus Disease 2019, which is a global pandemic that has been lasting since December last year. It first started from Wuhan and it is highly contagious. The government has to enforce travel ban, physical distancing, and stay-at-home regulations, which make this industry affected the most because we can interact with people and we can make profit because of that reason. Indonesia's main source of income in hospitality area, Bali, is 90% affected because of this pandemic. There are two major sectors in Indonesia for hospitality area that are severely affected. Firstly, how does COVID-19 affect hotels in Indonesia? According to Indonesia's Associations of Hotels and Restaurants, or as known as PHRI, they stated that almost 2,000 hotels in Indonesia are currently closed temporarily to reduce and to prevent submission. Second, moreover, the occupancy of this hotel reduced until 65% because of this pandemic, which they have to work harder to manage its operations by giving more promotions and discounts to increase the sales. And ever, these hotels, if they want to open the hotels, they regulate to close all its public areas such as swimming pool, fitness areas, and also spa and wellness. Indeed, this is a catastrophic situation for a lot of hospitality workers because they are forced to take their sick leave. Second, how does COVID-19 affect restaurants in Indonesia? From coffee shops until high and fine dining restaurants, they are taking new approaches to survive in this pandemic by using transportation online or maybe takeaway system. Some restaurants even had to close their doors due to unpayable expenses. Indeed, this pandemic is really worse and worse. So in conclusion, when will this pandemic end? Someday, that we can't even know when. But one thing that I know, and I am really sure of, that we can make this pandemic end faster. By how? By stay home and save lives. Let's help each other and our frontline workers by stay home and purchase online. This is not only about me. This is not only about you. But this is about us. Together, we will survive this pandemic. That's all from me. I hope all of you will stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Evelyn, for the speech. And now we will allow the judges to make the final evaluation for Evelyn for a minute. Our next participant is Fiorella Chiara Oxadio from Universitas Pelita Harapan, Karawaci. She will deliver her speech about implementing green practices in the hospitality industry in Indonesia. Are you ready, Fiorella?
Yes.
Great. You may start now.
Good afternoon, respected judges, ladies and gentlemen. It is really an honor to be here with you as a participant of the 2020's Hospitour speech competition. My name is Fiorella Chiara, and I'm from Pelita Harapan University Faculty of Tourism. I'm here to explain to you more about how the hospitality and tourism industry of Indonesia have been implementing the green practices. Before we go further into the topic, have any of you heard of the term green practices? If yes, do you actually know what it means? Green practices are one form of action that is done when you decide to go green. But how does going green differ from what people usually do? For me, going green means you choose to live in a more sustainable and renewable way. By going green, you focus on pursuing the knowledge and practices that can lead to a more environmental friendly and ecologically responsible decision and lifestyle. As a student living in this current era, we all must have been familiar with the campaign of Go Green. Our lifestyle today basically revolves around reusing, reducing, and recycling whenever possible. But why though? Why should everyone open their eyes and start going green? Let us take a look at our surroundings and ask yourself, is this the place where you want to live in the next 10 or 20 years? If you still pause and hesitate for an answer, then we must really take action. Start easy. You can bring your own paper bag when you go shopping, go carpooling with your friends, or try using the public transportation. But remember to always follow the health and safety protocols. When everyone starts realizing and going into action, going green will benefit us in every possible way. It will reduce the pollution, it will lower your daily costs, and most importantly, it will conserve the environment by reducing the wastage. Today, Businesses around the world are starting to react to this crucial decision and customers demand ongoing green. Based on an international survey done by the Engine Group, more than 80% of the people respect companies and brands that decide to follow eco-friendly practices. It is no longer a thing of the past, it is a way of life in the present. Same thing goes for our Indonesia. Nowadays, people are starting to realize the importance of living in a greener way. As a hotelier, we must have known that our tourism industry are currently enhancing on the Sustainable Tourism of Indonesia, hence the occurrence of Indonesia Sustainable Tourism Award. Not only that, some hotels have also started to apply the green practices as a part of their daily operation. But what do they do? Green practices in the tourism sector may vary. Restaurants can start easy. Reduce water usage, buying materials from local products, or they can try using the disposables such as paper straws. And as for hotels, such actions can be defined by recycling initiatives, towel or linen reuse, adjustable temperature control, revealing bathroom amenities, and many other actions. It is not only bringing a big impact to the environment, but guests truly appreciate and love it. Do you all know that Hotel Borobudur Jakarta had been awarded as the first winner of the Green ASEAN Hotel Award of 2013 to 2016? Yes, the one and only that is located in central Jakarta. Hotel Borobudur has been one of the first few hotels that initiated the green practices. Now, the Ritz-Carlton Jakarta, Alila Hotel Solo, the St. Regis Resort Bali, Hyatt Regency Yogyakarta, and many other hotels have started following into the footsteps. Now, we all realize how important it is to dive into real action. As hotelier, shouldn't just stay quiet and do nothing. We certainly play an important role in the success of our tourism industry. So what are you waiting for? Let us all dive into real action and start living for a brighter future. For the future of Indonesia is in our hands. Thank you and have a good day.
Thank you, Fiorella, for the speech. And we will allow the judges to make the final evaluation for Fiorella for a minute. Our next participant is Salsabila Dwinanda from Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia. She will deliver her speech about the effect of pandemic to the hospitality and tourism industry in Indonesia. Are you ready, Salsabila?
Sorry, is my voice heard clearly?
Yes.
All right.
Your time, you may start now.
Sorry, wait. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Salsabila Dwinada Celestian, and I will represent Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia. Today, I will talk about the effect of pandemic to hospitality and tourism industry in Indonesia. Since COVID-19 was declared as a pandemic, many outside human activities are restricted. It also caused the tourism industry in Indonesia, such as hotels, resorts, tourism destination, tours and travel company are closed due to the pandemic. Actually, COVID-19 isn't the only pandemic that this world was ever experienced. But I believe we are all agree that COVID-19 gives the biggest impact to our tourism sector. We all knew that tourism is one of the most potential losers caused by the pandemic of COVID-19. We all knew that tourism has become the only sector that will take the longest time to recover after COVID-19 is over. When the tourism and hospitality industries in Indonesia are closed during the pandemic, there are lots of workers who are affected. But in fact, the company is also struggling to survive in this condition. Even if your hotel changed their place to be such an isolation center for the COVID-19 patients. Besides, there are the advantages for tourism destinations. They could recover their place, they could increase their safety, and I'm sorry. They could increase the hygiene and safety aspect, and they could review the rules and regulations, such as limiting tourist visits to the destinations after COVID-19 is over. Other than that, the tours and travel companies could arrange the full package tour after the COVID-19 is over, but still to carry out the responsible tourism principle. Furthermore, the government should be extra not only to check each and everyone who entered the country, but also the people in the country in order to prevent the second wave of COVID-19. To facing the transition to the new normal, we're going to having a new habits, such as wearing a mask every time we go outside, do the physical distancing, and school and work from home. Indonesia's tourism ministry and economic creative has already done several programs to keep the productivity in this pandemic, such as Thoughtful Indonesia campaign, exhibitions from home, concert from home, and online tour guide training. Agree or not, after COVID-19 infects our Earth and Indonesia's government declared that Indonesia will having a partial lockdown, we realized that we have to face the new normal. We realized that COVID-19 isn't only affected our tourism sector, but it also affected and changes our whole life. We might say that COVID-19 is an antagonist that took our normal life. Well, I couldn't more agree than that, but we could look at the bright side. The earth has healing itself. My name is Halsa Biladwinada, and thank you for this opportunity. Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you, Salsabila, for the speech. And now we will allow the judges to make the final evaluation for Salsabila for a minute. And in the meantime, the next participant, Mega Sylvia from Polytechnic Pariwisata Palembang, you may prepare yourself. Our next participant is Mega Sylvia from Polytechnic Pariwisata Palembang. She will deliver her speech about raising awareness of environmental damage caused by tourism activities in Indonesia. Are you ready, Mega?
Yes, I'm ready.
Great. You may start now.
The Honorable all the judges, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon all. First of all, I would like to thank to God because of His blessings and mercies. We can gather here in a good condition and a good situation. Today, I would like to deliver the speech about the natural beauty of Indonesia. What do you think about Indonesia? Indonesia is a country with 1,000 islands crossed by the equator and flanked by 2 oceans and 2 continents. Talking about the beauty of nature, Indonesia has extraordinary natural beauty, starting from Sumatra to Papua. Indonesia has many tourism destinations, such as Kemarau Island, Bromo Mountain, Toba Lake, Borneo's Jungle, Bali Island, and many more. Moreover, Indonesia has wide areas of culture, ethnicities, languages, flora and fauna diversity, beautiful panoramas, and absolutely Indonesia has abundant natural resources. Even though Indonesia consists of diverse culture and ethnics, however, Indonesia has the principal state which should be applied in socializing. Do you know what? That is Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, which means even though we have different culture, ethnics, languages, and religions, we are still together as one. We are Indonesia. So, are you proud to be an Indonesian citizen? If it's me, I'm truly proud. When we have been proud, then we will love it. If we have love, we will definitely do the best for Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, the proverb says, the more you give, the more you get. It means that the more you can preserve the beauty of nature and Indonesian culture, the more profits we will get. As the native citizen, we can preserve the beauty of Indonesia's nature and culture with simple things such as maintaining the environment, loving Indonesian culture, loving Indonesian products, and respecting each other. It doesn't matter for us to like or learn various foreign culture, but don't forget our own root that we are Indonesian citizens. Therefore, start from now, start from this moment, we have to build up our good attitude by loving the homeland and maintaining the natural beauty of Indonesia. Do you agree? Wonderful. Let's hold our hands together to keep our culture, to keep our nature, to keep our the environment as what we can hear from this lyric. People of the land, they can see beauty of nature amongst the color of heaven. This is wonderful place. I feel love, I feel wonderful, wonderful Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all my speech. My name is Mega Sylvia from Palembang Polytechnic of Tourism. Thank you for your great attention. Good afternoon.
Thank you, Mega, for the speech. And now we will allow the judges to make the final evaluation for Mega for a minute. In the meantime, the next participant, Ketut Alit Ari Antari from Polytechnic Pariwisata Bali, you may prepare yourself. Our next participant is Ketut Alit Ari Antari from Polytechnic Pariwisata Bali. She will deliver her speech about implementing green practices in the hospitality and tourism industry in Indonesia. Are you ready, Alit?
Is my voice clear?
Yes. How about the judges? Could you hear?
Yeah, very clear.
Great.
Loud and clear.
Great. You may start now.
Good afternoon to all the judges, the committee, and the participants of Hospitour 2020 speech competition. My name is Ketut Alit Ari Antari from Bali Tourism Polytechnic, and I'm very delighted to deliver a speech regarding implementing green practices in the hospitality and tourism industry in Indonesia. Maybe we have heard about the term green practices. So what are green practices? According to Senka in her article in 2004, green practices are actions to protecting and minimizing damage to the environment. So why should we take efforts to implement green practices in the hospitality and tourism industry? Do you know, according to the Indonesia Solid Waste Association, Indonesia is the world's second biggest marine polluter, discarding 5.4 million metric tons of waste annually. This accounts for 10% of the world marine pollution. Waste that does not make it to the landfill is either dumped on the side of the road, in the river, in the beach, and then end up in the ocean. And believe it or not, the hospitality and tourism industry also contributes to this problem. And that is why green practices are very important and should be implemented in the hospitality and tourism industry in Indonesia. So how should we do these practices? Well, in the tourism industry in Indonesia, many tourist attractions and destinations begin to implement simple green practices by purchasing eco-friendly products and use them during operation to reduce waste. For example, many have stopped using disposable straws and then start using recycled paper, seaweed-based bag, and then separating trash bins into organic and non-organic, and replacing paper and plasticat with reusable e-card like in Borobudur and Prambanan. And also to sustain the capacity of the carrying capacity of the destination by limiting the number of visitors. While in the hospitality industry, many already use refillable dispensers instead of bars of soap and bottles of shampoo in their hotel. The Hilton Hotel Group decided to stop the supply of bottled plastic drinking water. After using glass bottle, they successfully cut about 500,000 plastic bottles of straws a year. By Alila Hotel and Resort, plastic, ceramic, and glass shards are destroyed and then made into gravel, sand, and fiber, and then they can be used as building materials. For the organic materials, this resort changes it into the compost that can be used to fertilize their organic garden. While us, what about us? Especially as millennials and as tourists, how can we make an impact? Well, we can start by doing simple things. We can start by choosing accommodations and supporting destinations that implement good practices, natural friendly, and uphold sustainability. When you're traveling, bring your own drinking container, and if possible, bring your own eating tools so you can help to reduce the plastic waste. And it is also much more hygiene. You can also help to save the energy by using water and electricity moderately. Turns off light when not in use, turns off air conditioner when not in use, and when you're visiting a tourist attraction, please remember to do not litter. When you are paying more to enjoy and experience the green practices in the hospitality and tourism industry, you are not just enjoying the product, but you are also contributing to help the environment. Together, we can implement green practices, and I believe if we are willing to commit, we can make Indonesia a better Indonesia. Well, that is all from me. Thank you and have a good day.
Thank you, Alit, for the speech. And now we will allow the judges to make the final evaluation for Alit for a minute. All right, that was the last participant for today's speech competition. Thank you for all of the participants for the great speech. We hope the speech will give all of us new knowledge and wider view of the hospitality industry. Would the judges like to make few comments for the participants and feedback for the committee for improvements? Would the judges like to make few comments for the
Hi,
participants?
it's Nana. So as I work in a hotel, it's refreshing to hear so many insights from students who I believe will be part of the hospitality industry later on. So yes, it's quite a eye-opening afternoon for me. Congratulations to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, since it's my second year being a judge in this event, I can see that this year's participants are getting better, I think, in terms of quality of the speeches. Also, less participants using cliches introduction, just like what we heard in Indonesian style of speeches, which I think they are more ready for international, for the international work, for the international hotel. Yeah, I think they're ready for the international world. They're ready to compete globally. I think that's my comment. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Zilal. Is that everything? How about Miss Valerina Daniel? Would you like to make a few comments?
Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is doing great today. I just would like to give applause to all participants for participating today with very enthusiastic, and I'm really happy that everyone paid a lot of attention to the tourism issues lately. And of course, I'm also happy to see that everyone is giving their best today. And then hopefully this will give them basic knowledge about how to do a good presentations and how to defend your arguments so that everybody will understand and following your ideas in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, judges, for the comments and feedbacks. We'll keep that in mind to help us improve next year. And allow me to inform all of you that the winners of the speech competition will be announced at the closing ceremony on Wednesday, June 17 on Hospitour 2020 YouTube channel. And now, sadly, we have come to the end to the competition. Before we leave here, let us unite in prayer again. I will lead in Christian and the rest may follow. Heavenly Father, thank you for the chance to show our talents through this competition. May this competition make us learn and grow in all areas of our lives. May we live here recognizing you are the God of all wisdom and you are willing to lead us forward. In the name of the Lord Jesus, amen. And once again, we would like to remind everyone that the winners of the speech competition will be announced at the closing ceremony on Wednesday, June 17 on Hospitour 2020 YouTube channel. And as part of Hospitour 2020, this event is sponsored by The Peak, Monang, Kokita, Bogasari, PT Kurnia Mitra Duta Sentosa, Raptor, and Santino. On behalf of Pelita Harapan University Faculty of Tourism, we would like to thank all of the participants and the judges for joining Hospitour 2020. We are looking forward to seeing you next year on Hospitour 20 and 21. Thank you and see you.
Yay. Looking good, everyone. Yeah, looking awesome in this afternoon.
Awesome.
Yes, awesome. Thank you for your participation. Okay, Miss Kezia.
Thank you.
Miss Kezia is the one who
Yes.
documents. Yes, thank you.
So I will screenshot from the first page. So be ready.
Bu Fa belum kebuka screen-nya.
Oh iya, boleh yang belum.
Oh iya.
Nyala, boleh ditolong bantu nyalakan dulu supaya
Yeah, thank you, Bu Valerina.
Right. So aku akan screenshot yang di halaman pertama dulu. Oke. 1, 2, 3. Oke, sebentar. Oke. Untuk yang halaman kedua boleh bersiap. Oke, dalam hitungan ke 1, 2, dan 3. Oke. Dan thank you semuanya.
Thank you, Miss Kezia. Okay, goodbye. Stay safe and healthy.
To all the judges, to all the participants.
Yeah.
Thank you
And
so
thank you
much.
especially for the crew. Yeah, you are always awesome. Very professional.
Thank you so much, Fazila.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you, Bu.